Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei Genuss 7. Heute habe ich Fernando Oliviera von dem Portwein Calem zu Gast. Fernando, thank you for being here. So, Calem is a very old port wine house. So maybe you can explain a little bit of the tradition and history.
Yes, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and to give a little bit of education. That I think it's one of the most important things. Calem, the era foundation, it's 1859, and the founder is Antônio Alves Calem. And in 1998, they passed the company to Weinmacher von Calem, that is a Spanish group. That now it's a very big group. I can explain just for you to know. In 2003, they bought Calem, totally part of Calem. In 2004, they bought Burmester and Gilbert, and in 2006, they bought Kopke and Barros. It's a group now with 5 brands, with a very important company in the sector. We have in number 5 about sales. We're talking about 12 million bottles and about 45 million years of maturation. And we're growing up every year. Thanks God.
So a very big company.
A very big company with 200 people working in the company.
So as each port wine comes, your port also from the Douro region. So can you explain a little bit of the soils, the special soils?
The Douro region, it's the oldest market region in the world. 1756 is really the oldest one, and it's a unique place in the world. We have the mountains, we have the valley, and then we have the slopes and the patamars. And I think every wine region that you can visit, you don't find anything else like the Douro region. We have the microclimate, we have special composition of soil, it's schistose soil, very poor in organic material, and sometimes I don't know how the plant can survive in a place like that. The plant, they suffer a lot of hydric stress, a lot of temperature stress, and a lot of light stress. Okay, and we're making the harvest at the middle of September. We make the maturation control in the middle of August, and then we start the harvest at in beginning of September. We spend like almost 1 month and a half making the harvest. And then the wine stay in our wineries in Douro Valley, and then we transfer to Porto, Villanova de Gaia, just to the port aging in wood.
So, and what kind of grapes are you using?
We use traditional grapes from the Douro Valley. For the red one, we have Trigo Nacional, one of the most important varieties in the Douro. We have Tinta Roriz, that is Tempranillo in Spain. We have Tinta Riga Franca. We have Tinta Barroca, Tinta Calem, all the varieties for the red grapes. And for the white, we have Vinhozinho, Malvasia Fina, Rabigato, Código, Fernão Pires, all the varieties. We also produce white ports, talking about the dry, the middle dry, sweet one. And nowadays we also produce a white 10 years old blend that is very unique for the moment.
So, and also rosé.
Also rosé. Yeah, we start rosé like for a joke, and it starts very popular. It's a drink, a summer drink. Use the same process of vinification, but just to a small maceration. The juice stay in contact with skin just like 2 or 3 hours, and then we just extract just a little bit of color.
So this one also sweet, or is it dry?
It's a little bit. It's middle dry, and it's drink for an aperitif. You chill, open the bottle. You also can make an amazing cocktail that we mix with tonic water, 50% of each, a stone of ice, and a leaf of mint, and you make an amazing cocktail for summertime.
So this could be an idea for the next summer, or also for spring. Maybe you can also explain a little bit about the differences between Tawny and Ruby. So, because the German people, most of the German people are not really port wine experts as the Great Britain people.
Okay, it's quite easy. We are going to start with the Tawny, Tawny style. Tawny style, it's a wine that aging with the oxidation process with contact with the wood. It's quite easy for you to see. If you look to a wine and you see with this color, that is a Tawny color. It's a wine that aging in wood. Okay, it's a wine that is good for the dessert, and you find it a lot a lot of caramel, not vanilla, nutty flavor. In this case, it's a blend. We are testing at 10 years old. It's a mix of different years, and then the average necessary to be really 10 years old. We use it 1 to 2 different years. We make the blend, and the average it's necessary 10 years old. If it's less, the Portweine Institute, that's the organization that control everything, they don't approve. If it's older, they approve, but then it's our problem. Usually, we try to make this wine to be a very easy wine to drink, very feminine, very elegant, very smooth in the mouth. You see the color; it's a very nice color. I'm sorry, it's like light brown, and you find it a lot of caramel, vanilla, nutty flavor, orange peel, and it's very smooth in the mouth.
Dried fruits.
Dried fruits, a little bit of honey.
And also oaky character.
Yeah. We are famous about the colheitas, the single tony, a wine from a single harvest, and also from the blends, 10, 20, 30, and 40. But of course, we also have very good vintage. We can say that we have all different range of port. Our company is famous for that. Okay. But look for the color, very nice color, like light brown or hammer color. We can say that is a tawny color, and then the nose is perfect. First nose, second nose, we always find it different smells, different flavors. And in the mouth, it's a very elegant, very smooth. I think it's a very feminine wine, and the more you drink it, the more you like it. Prost.
Prost. And the palate is very round.
Very round, very smooth.
Yeah.
I think it's a very easy drink wine, a very long aftertaste, I think, like I say, it's very feminine. Usually we say that the single tonies, they are more masculine because it's a wine just from a single year. We call colheita, that means harvest, and it's a wine that represents the profile of the year. We don't do it anything. The colheita, we make it the harvest. After 7 years, we start bottling, but we only bottle when the market demand. Because one thing is very important, when if you're going to a wine shop and you're buying a colheita, always try to see on the back label the bottling year. Because we always put the bottling year. It's quite different a wine that we bottling in 10 years ago than a wine that is bottling here. And always try to buy the youngest year of bottling. If you are one bottle in 2011 and one bottle in 2005, buying the one in 2011, that's the one that aged more time in wood, and of course it's quite different. And improve the qualities.
Okay.
You like this wine?
Yeah.
It's a good wine. It's a dessert wine to have with a creme brulee, with a vanilla ice cream. It's also perfect. You can drink it. You can open the bottle and drink it like 1, 2 months, 3 months. It's still perfect. And I think the right temperature to drink it's like 15, 16 degrees. It's perfect temperature. Never drink to port wine very warm. Otherwise, you only feel the alcohol sensation in the mouth, because it's 20% of alcohol, and then you must chill a little bit and drink it at the right temperature.
So you mentioned if we open a bottle, so we can keep it for 1 or 2 months.
Yes.
So shall we store it in the fridge during this time?
No, it's only room temperature. Yes, room temperature. If it's in summertime, you can chill a little bit, and the rest of the winter, if it's winter time, of course, you're not going to have very warm temperature inside the house, like 15, 16, it will be perfect, and you serve at room temperature.
Okay. Very nice wine.
Thank you.
So the next one is the vintage port.
Yes, we're talking about the premium quality of the vintage, of the ruby style. The ruby style, it's a wine that evolution with a reduction process, with no contact with the air. And this wine, you find it a lot of primary flavors, Everything, we can say that is the virgin wine that you are drinking now. We don't filtrate, we make in the harvest, in 2007. After 2-3 years, we bottle and we don't filtrate nothing. I don't know if you can see the bottle, it's really very dark. Use a special cork of only one piece, very expensive. You can pick it up and you see it's really very strong cork for the wine aging in the bottle. This wine, usually you use it Touriga Nacional, one of the most important varieties, and old wines. Old wine, talking about old wines, about 100 years old. And we do 50% of each, and we try to do it a wine with a lot of complexity, structure, to aging very well on the bottle. You can see for the wine, it's a deep color. You can say full body, or you can say ink color. It's really very dark. We can call it a ruby color.
With purple.
Yeah, it's purple, very purple. And then in the nose, you have a lot of primary flavor. Blackberry, cherry, a lot of mature red fruit.
It's more fruit driven.
That's when we have flavor when aging wood, and that's when it's still like a virgin wine, very, very primary flavors.
Very powerful.
Very powerful. It's very important that a wine, when we make a vintage, in this case it's from 07, you must know that this is a classic year. In the last 10 years, we bought in 2000, 03, 05, and 07. And what's the meaning of classic year? It's in everybody, the other houses of Porto, they also declare a vintage year. And my personal opinion, I think 2000 and 07 are the best years. At the moment, we are making the harvest in the Douro Valley. We are almost finished. I think more 10 days and it's finished. And I believe everything is perfect for the moment. I believe that we're going to have a vintage year, 2011. It will be the first vintage of this new decade. Okay.
So that means you're only producing vintage ports on good years.
Good years, yes. It's not us that decide. It's Portweine Institute. Of course, that we send samples. We choose the best grape from the best localization from our farm. We send samples to the Portweine Institute. That's the organization that control everything. They make the blind taste. They know that they are going to approve a wine to be a vintage, and then when it have the quality enough to be a vintage, they say, okay, we approve this one to be a vintage.
So it's also possible that you don't have a vintage port in, for example, 2006.
Yes.
But other wineries have a vintage port.
Yes, they can. So they are another, can say, a second choice. If it's not a classic year, you can make a single quinta.
Okay.
What is a single quinta? It's a small quantity that the producers of Portweine they can declare it. So if it's a classic, we can declare more or less 45,000 bottles. If it's a single quinta, they only produce a small quantity for the quinta, and the name of the quinta must be in the bottle. Okay, Quinta da Nuzelo, Quinta São Luís, a lot of the brand with the name of the quinta, that is mean farm. Okay, but small quantity like 5,000-10,000 bottles.
Okay.
Let's go to the wines. You find a lot of tannins.
Exactly.
Very well present, a good acidity. I think for the moment everything shows that wines it will be amazing on the bottle. It's going to develop on the bottle for the next 10, 15 or 20 years. It will be amazing. It's a wine that it's too young to drink it. Nowadays, the people when they buying a bottle of wine is to drink, they don't want to keep it. A lot of people they start drinking the 2000 or 3 or 5. I think okay, when they buy the bottle, they can do whatever they want, you know. But honestly, I like it. The young, very young vintage, and then very old vintage.
Very old vintage.
It is a wine that you can do it for. You serve for an aperitif. You decant, you chilled a little bit, and you serve for an aperitif with a table different kind of cheese, or you can have for dessert. With some cheese, also strong cheese like Stilton blue cheese, or with some chocolate, dark chocolate, it will be amazing. Of course, it's a special one for special occasion. Open, decant, and drink in maximum 2 days. Okay, 48 hours. Otherwise, because everything is inside, a lot of flavor, primary flavors. Since time that you open, let wine breathe a little bit, and then you must drink immediately.
Okay.
If stay too much time open, everything disappear, and then the wine is getting flat. You know, it's not good anymore. Everything disappear. That's the reason it's a special wine for special occasion.
Okay. So the wine is also a fresh and spicy character.
Yes.
So this is from the soils, I think.
Yes, it's it's the terroir that's meaning everything. Like I said, the plant. Sometimes I don't know. It's possible the plant survive in that conditions. In the market region, we have 3 sub-regions. We have Lower Corgo, Upper Corgo, and Douro Superior. And in Douro Superior, it's quite near from the border of Spain. It's really very dry, and it's allowed to irrigate the plant by the drop systems. Otherwise, the plant cannot survive. But the composition of the soil, the clima, the terroir, everything, it's the meaning, okay, and that is a result to make this kind of wine. You can never find the Portweine in another part of the world. You can find it imitations, but they can use the same grapes, but they miss something special. That is the terroir, the landscape, the soil.
Exactly. So if you compare the fortified from Australia,
from New Zealand, from California,
so they have also a lot of alcohol, but not the spiciness and also not the freshness.
They don't have the structure, the freshness, the fruit flavor, everything, and that's the terroir gives to this wine. That is most important things.
Okay.
Prost.
So it changed a little bit in the last 2-3 minutes. So
it's open a little bit, you know. The acidity is very present. The tannin also, softy tannins, a nice color, full body. I think this wine it will be amazing in the next 15-20 years probably. Sure. We have, I think, my personal opinion, I like it very much. 2000 and this 07, it's one of my favorite.
Okay. So, and for young vintage ports, we should decant it and let it breathe. Let it
breathe a little bit, and then drink it immediately, like in 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, you are not going to enjoy the wine with the great potential that you can find it in the beginning.
Great. So, thank you for this interesting interview.
Thank you very much.
So it was a pleasure to have you here.
It's all my pleasure also.
And for my German customers, I will switch now to German.
Okay.
Liebe Zuschauer, ich hoffe, es war für Sie genauso interessant wie für mich. Ich kann nur empfehlen, die Portweine von Calem sind absolute Spitzenklasse. Die Unterschiede des Tawny und des Ruby, wie Fernando gerade erklärt hat, sind sehr interessant, gerade die Weine im Vergleich zu testen. Da möchte ich Sie einladen, bei uns im Shop sich umzuschauen und die Weine von Calem Port auszuprobieren. Ich danke Ihnen für Ihr Interesse. Tschüss!